We will talk a little bit on the calculation because to feed somebody, you have to record the intake, solid intake and liquid intake, state board exam. We talk about that in the classroom. We're going to touch on that briefly, then I'll demonstrate the scale.
Check your state and facility policy to make sure you are permitted to perform this procedure. Before you begin, perform hand hygiene and follow any other instructions provided in the preparation section of this program. To assist a patient with eating, first prepare her for the meal as shown in the video skill, preparing for meals and serving meal trays. Assist her into a high Fowler's position. Then ask about and incorporate any religious or cultural preferences.
Okay, why don't you go ahead?
This is so large.
With the patient's food cut into bite-sized pieces, ask her in what order she would like to eat it and serve it in that order.
All right, we've got peas, potatoes, it looks like chicken or turkey, jello, and applesauce. What would you like to try first?
The applesauce.
The
and I'm
applesauce.
probably very hungry.
Okay.
If she's visually impaired or
Why don't you grab
disoriented,
this napkin?
identify the location of each food as if the plate were a clock.
Open, big, that's a girl.
For example, here potatoes are at 12 o'clock, meat is at 4 o'clock, and peas at 9 o'clock.
Mrs. Higby, I'd like for you to try and feed yourself.
To promote independence, encourage the patient to try to feed herself. If she becomes fatigued or can't manage this task, feed her in a way that promotes chewing and swallowing and prevents fatigue.
Little.
After preparing the patient's meal, as shown in the video skill, preparing for meals and serving meal trays, watch her consume foods and fluids of various consistencies. If needed, add thickener to thin liquids to make them the consistency of honey, nectar, or pudding, as directed by the care plan or charge nurse. Follow the manufacturer's directions about the amount of thickener to add to achieve the desired thickness. When feeding, place 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of food or 10 to 15 milliliters of liquid into the patient's mouth on the unaffected side, if any, and let the utensil touch her mouth or tongue. Throughout the feeding, provide verbal coaching and positive reinforcement in an unhurried manner.
When you go home, it's going to be important that you eat, even when you don't feel
To
like
reduce feelings of helplessness and loss of control, encourage personal choices and let the patient help as much as possible. During the meal, watch for food pocketing, difficulty swallowing, and fatigue, especially at the end of the meal. Talk with the patient throughout the meal. Afterward, have the patient sit upright for 30 minutes. Then remove the tray, noting the type and amount of food consumed.
Now that you've had lunch, Mrs. Higby, we're going to go ahead and help you brush your teeth.
As part of your follow-up, assist the patient with mouth care and hand hygiene.
Can you lift up your left hand for me?
Perform hand hygiene and report completion of the procedure and your observations to the charge nurse. See the follow-up section of this program for detailed information.
Okay. Please